costs are considerable. The biggest cost, frankly, was in the capacity of government to operate. That was the biggest cost. It has a sort of a rolling effect on everything else in an agency. Social Security is the clearest example of this, where they tried to cut 7,000 people out of the workforce, and then they had to pull back on that. They hired back some people, and then they moved people who'd been working on disability claims to the phones, because the phone situation got ridiculous. But then you had a worse backlog in the disability program. So they let people go, they let people take the deferred resignation, but they didn't reduce the work in any way, shape, or form. People do lose jobs. A lot of times they lose jobs because your market changes, your products change, etc. There's an underlying rationale. I think what made this so disastrous was that there was no plan. This was just cutting. And so what we saw is lots of people hired back. The most dramatic story is how early on they fired several hundred people from the Nuclear Safety Administration. These are the people who watch over our nuclear arsenal. Those are jobs that are not easy to fill because you require highly technical nuclear engineers. Well, they fired a bunch of them. Now, in that instance, it was literally 36 hours, and they were all rehired. Nothing was as careless as that. They're not trying to rethink the work. They're not trying to reform it. Short-term pain, long-term gain makes sense in the context of a reinvented and reformed, government process. Otherwise, it's just baloney.